This is a son who has a car repair shop in America. He's very fond of anything that has an engine. In this video, we will watch his journey in rebuilding a broken English beast, which is a 2019 McLaren 720S Fadu. Subscribe and stay with us in what is coming before we talk about the car and the great damage that is in it. Let us see. That has been discontinued. It ran from 2017 until 2023. Its engine is a V8, 4000 cc, with a twin turbo, and it produces 720 HP, 770 from the rotating bone, and achieves stability in just 2 seconds and 7 parts, and an entire car chassis made of carbon fiber. I remember this detail because it is the most important thing in this video, and in only 3 words we can describe it. This car is fast, beautiful, and very expensive. He bought this car from he took his trailer to the Copart auction yard and traveled 10 hours to pick it up from Florida. A few minutes after his arrival, the bulldozer brought the destroyed vehicle and lowered it onto the neighbor's vehicle. He received one of the doors separately, and he also had the cab of the vehicle with the completely dislocated front wheel. He fastened the vehicle very well with the tensioners and covered it with a cover to protect against the rain. Addy asked one of his friends to ask him. He expressed his opinion about this repair and told him that trying to fix this view is considered madness. Manani returned to his garage and took the entire trailer inside the workshop to the location of the hydraulic jack and removed the tire on it. They liked the car manually. Laura and Hare lifted it up to inspect it. The car had an accident on the highway, and it was. It comes in this distinctive yellow color from the same factory, and its auction price was $74,000. There will be a picture from the time of the accident. Both were slightly injured, but the rescuers had to break the door open so they could get him out. The accident damaged the chassis of the car, and the body is rigid and strong. The entire right part is not there at all. Also, the front bumper is half destroyed. Behind the fender is a small patch, and the rear bumper is also missing. It has cuts on the right side of the vehicle. It is considered 100% intact, including the suspension shields and the front rims. It was completely destroyed, but the brake disc and its caliper are in good condition. The brakes here are carbon ceramic, the most expensive type found on cars. All parts of the paddock that he removed will not be able to reuse them again. Maybe, but he needs the door hinges or the hood. Then the car has all the airbags opened at the time of the accident, so Haig razors and cuts it off. The bag is soft and the entire carriage is tumbled from the inside because it spent months in this storage yard, but the entire carriage is broken. The wiper screws will be removed from their place, and what is left of the wiper cover and the rain that will be on the piston, and with death, it will loosen the skin of the suction cup, but it will fall apart. Is there an iron compass? No one. I will think that the one in the middle of her switch will use a drill with a scraper to remove the rest of the suction cup, and I am the first to see anyone using this method. In order for the buzzer to move, and its operation would be very fast at the time of the accident, the car was in sport mode, and when I disconnected the meter in its withdrawn form, which shows only the speed and RPM acceleration time. Also, the rear spoiler remains open and stuck in sport mode. The required step now is to start the engine, as it needs the first to remove the crooked chassis shield to reach the battery. Behind it, it is clear that the knock was very violent in this part. From the vehicle, he will cut off the shield with the missile, and all its connections were already broken. Then he will bring an external charger, but the engine is from. For the first time, I have not encountered a problem with this car. The deeper you delve into it, the more problems you will find. The electric gun will remove the flap on the right, and there will be a plastic frame attached to the fender. It will remove it, and I will think of what is around it. I will think that one of the car's controls has screws that hold the flap from the inside, with the front bumper connecting it to the connector. Long one will expose the front bumper with the frame on it. Arab lanterns, as if they are wearing a mask, will remove the wires of the existing sensors, and I will remove the nail that holds the flap in place. I will remove the metal bumper from the chassis arm, half of it, but what is left after the accident will remove the holder and the wheel cover from the inside. Many parts will appear broken. This is not in good shape at all. Here is a checklist of all the connections. Plastic bases are around the chassis armor, and I will install screws to attach it to the chassis. And this part will be the carbon fiber is attached to the chassis very tightly using adhesives and screws. But here there are no cracks or tampering, and its condition is considered to be in good condition. He will remove the engine's fuse box and take out the battery with it. The view is starting to clear up a little from the initial mess that was there, and a lot of pieces came out that were broken in every place. This part belongs to the power stern pump. Here are its external bars. The steering wheel definitely needs to be changed, so it comes with all the required parts with codes and numbers. It will come from the McLaren branch in Germany, and this will take 2 weeks of time. The side part will be all cracks in the carbon fiber itself. There are also cracks in the area where the shock took from the front, and under the aluminum frame, it will be damaged and broken. It is very rigid because of the knock, and the plastic lintel of the car broke. This part is also new. Its price is $300. It will raise the car from behind, and I think I will find a crooked side suspension arm in it. Other than that, the view is considered 100% sound. Car will be raised with hydraulics up to the top, and below it, the entire belly of the car will be closed, and in front there will be 4 passages to direct the air. but the northern part of the car will have severe cracks from underneath the base in the carbon fiber. The fractures in it will be irreversible. For repair, the matter becomes more difficult with every sign of damage in the carbon fiber structure itself. Most parts of the car's interior are all made of aluminum, and in a few small pieces will be made of plastic, except for the doors, which will be made of light fiberglass. The view of the car from behind, from above the engine, will look like a real plane. The belt drive after the accident will have to be reset from the factory. A piece of plastic will be dismantled at the entrance of the car, and beneath it will be the carbon fiber chassis pins. So let us talk a little about it. McLaren was one of the first companies and succeeded in using a completely carbon fiber chassis for street cars. The main part is a mass. One of them is shaped like the cabin of the car. It will be open without a roof. Then second parts of carbon fiber will be installed on it as well, but they will be attached to the car. Here there are no welds in this type of chassis. The shields of the front chassis and also the rear engine frame will be connected in carbon fiber with giant bolts. All McLaren cars are for the street. Its chassis is made of carbon fiber with all its features, of course, in terms of performance, but it has two fatal defects. Its price is very expensive and repairing it will be very difficult. Also, the important thing is that the frame, from the direction of the impact, will be very broken. He will remove the front wheel bolts, and I want you to see the size of the brake disc here. How will he remove it? And he will remove the tire rod or the external steering links. He will remove the scissor bolts. Both sides. In front of the steering box there is a special pump for the variable hydraulic suspension. He will remove the screws that secure the steering box to the bridge, and then he will remove the air conditioning. Then he will raise the car up and underneath it. He will remove the panels that cover the front part from underneath. He will remove the plastic air passages. After that, he will remove the large nails that secure the frame. He will remove the frame screws that hold the carbon fiber. This part will be its condition is very difficult, so the metal part outside the car must be separated from all the pieces that were inside. As for the knock, all of the rules of the suspension system are included in the frame. One of them will be cracked. He will call one of his friends to get his opinion. The American YouTuber Tafarish, who also specializes in repairing and building cars, especially new McLaren models, will show him the locations of the fractures in the chassis. Aaron Viper will first tell him that the damage can be repaired, but with time he will tell him not to even try. He starts this repair and searches for an intact carbon fiber chassis without any defects for this model. The price of the carbon fiber chassis without a repair will be very expensive. I think it is more than $70,000, and he actually says after the call that he will not continue with this damaged chassis and will order a used one that will be displayed on the website. At $10,000 on eBay, this is essentially the price of the chassis alone, without any parts. In addition, more than one piece has arrived. He bought an empty door for $2,000 without any hardware, gaskets, or external body. He also bought a chassis shield with its upper frame for $600. He will try to install the door in its place to know its condition, and it will actually install perfectly without anything. Differences? Before the arrival of the new chassis, the stage of disassembling the car will begin. Literally, every bolt in the McLaren will be removed. This will remove the seats from their seat and taking them out of the space here. He is definitely one of the sedan sports cars, and he will remove the second seat as well. And with the nuts, it looks more comfortable even than the dry sports seats that are in it. In order to remove the belt, he will have to remove the first layer of plastic that will be located behind the side cover, after which he will connect to the screws that fix the machine. And I will remind you of the back of the interior that it will consist of one large piece, and the belt will come out from one side to another. The back of the chair will have a pile of wires next to the internal fuse box. The electronic control unit for the belts will be removed from the body. It will be sent to you in two main electrical wires that come from the middle of the car. Above them, there will be a metal structure supporting the back of the interior. From the inside of the chassis, the new carbon fiber will have arrived. It will be towed on the trailer and will enter the workshop. And it is real. The chassis in black has an alien design, indicating that this is the only chassis what is on display is used in all of America. Perhaps the only piece that came installed in it is the air conditioning fan box. Here remains the original intact view of the chassis from the front and back of the car. It came with all four brake lines, and from the inside of the car, it will be completely empty. The first thing he will do with the new one is to remove the front bumper. The broken one will remove the outer skin around it in the same way as he did before with a drill. The matter will be resolved quickly. The weight of this chassis will be about 80 kilograms, but this is the most important feature of carbon fiber. It is its light weight, along with its solidity and durability. Of course, it will raise the chassis from the ground. The second part that will be worked on is the wiper base, which is made of plastic here. But there is a broken part, and there is also a part that will be broken. It is not there from below, but in the old car, this part will be intact, so it will cut the part that was in the first McLaren and Hills in the new chassis. It will keep the distances very well, and by sight, it will cut the borders of the plastic piece, which here will be completely identical to the second shape. He will identify and cut the broken piece, and gradually he will remove the entire part, and he will remove the place where the screws were installed. He will try to fix it. On the first one to adjust the size more, and with the pen he will mark the line of the last piece. He will remove the broken part, but only the part that will be held in it. The healthy parts will be installed before the adhesive is applied. The upper frame of the chassis arm will also be installed, and the shield insert will fit into place without screws here. In fact, all the places will be exactly right. He will start applying the paste that will glue the pieces in place as if they were one part from the beginning. He will hold the piece together with more than Zargina and let it dry completely after it is set very firmly. The surface will become yellow and soft, and in the end it will return to resembling the original part. For the model, it will dismantle the door of the car. The front part will have a slight knock. It will begin to dismantle the side hinges. Also, what is above it will dismantle the wheel housing, and behind it will be able to reach the nail of the hinge of the door. It will be dismantled with an electric gun, and above it will dismantle the upper catch, and the door will be removed from its place. It will dismantle all of the insulators of the door and the interior. We'll start disassembling the center console from the inside of the storage box, which will contain screws. There will also be a screw in the cover of the cup holder, and behind it there will be a cover under the control buttons. It will also have mounting screws that will go above the frame pieces that are pressed into the console, and underneath it there will be a group of screws that he will remove in order. We'll think around the screen and try to remove the screen from its place, but there will be a jammed part even after that. Unscrew all the screws. They will eventually fall apart, and with continuous stirring, the button seat will be removed from its place. He will remove the screen and take it out. He will remove the path of the electrical wires from Laura, and behind it, he will remove the screws that secure the flying console. We'll remove a thin cover that will cover the screws of the main braid from underneath. He will remove a group of screws in the middle, and he will remove the entire piece from its place up and take it all out of the car before he removes the dash. He will remove the ceiling upholstery, the first and also the covers of the plastic orders here. The car is wrapped with tracks from the wires from above and from the middle will be removed. Dashboard drawer will be removed, and a large control unit will be removed that will be special for the car. It will be removed from the side screws that hold the dashboard from the outside. It will be removed a large nail holding the dashboard in place. It will remove all the plugs from their places. It is considered easy to remove the dashboard from its place, and after a while, the effort actually succeeds in dismantling the entire interior. The more he dismantles, the more cracks he finds in the carbon fiber. Hidden from the inside, he will dismantle the air conditioning filter box, which has the steering pads. He will also dismantle the holder that holds the braid in its path. On the other hand, he will dismantle the leg rest and also the long gas pedal. I will also think about the sound insulation of the car, so the interior will be completely zero. Everything except the electrical wires will be pulled out. From the front, he inserts it. Inside the car, the circular hole will be enough for him to pull. The wires are easy and real. The sight of this pile of wires will be scary. Here comes the turn for the last part of the car. The part where the monster is will start working on disassembling the engine and everything around it. It will lift the car from the ground and it will be attached to the jacks. It will dismantle the rear wheels. The wheel from behind here has a steering feature. The rear stern helps the Super copy slightly on fast files, with a strong, unconventional look at all. The wheel behind it moves right and left like this. The car's diffuser will be removed from underneath. It will be fixed here with 8 screws. The entire diffuser is made of carbon fiber, but unfortunately it will be broken. The rear pump will also be removed. From the inside, the cover of the first wheel will be removed, and from underneath it all the screws that hold it in place will be removed. It will disconnect the sensors. The grille in it, one step behind the other, brings the car's giant wing HEVIC engine closer, which is fixed in position. The open athlete here will remove the screws that secure his seat and disconnect the only electrical connection that is holding it. Will remove the small grille from under the lights and remove the lanterns from their place. He will remove the large ventilation passages from above the fender, and I will think that what covers the engine inlet underneath is a layer of heat insulation. You can see a glimpse of the engine. After dismantling all of this piece, he will remove the broken side lintel. From above he will separate the main air passage frame, and from below he will remove screws. Installing the flap, which is one giant piece of aluminum, has a design unlike any ordinary car on the street. Removing all the pieces of white covering the mechanics of the car will remove the heat insulation from its place, and what is covered underneath is the exhaust pipes of the car. Here the exhaust path is very short because the engine is the rear middle has a different design, with 2 pipes connected to half pipe. Between them, the screws will be removed from the base that holds the exhaust pipes. The end of the short exhaust system that is mounted on the vehicle will easily come out. From here you can see that the transmission will return the exhaust seat bolts from the second time. Don't waste it. He will unscrew the screws of the holder that holds the radiator in place. There will be screws from above, from below, and from the side. He will remove a metal cover from under the car, and all the coolant will drain. We'll unscrew the water pipes connecting the radiator, and the radiator will come out of its place. It will have one fan installed on it, but it is large. You can see one of the engine's twin turbo is here, and the radiator's base is crooked and needs to be replaced. I'll take pictures. A lot, because if there is a malfunction at the time of installation, the car's computer connections will be broken. Here it will be in two, one on the right and the other on the left. It will break the metal frame that holds the antique passages in place. I love the plastic pipe, and it will come out from the rest of its connection. There's a very long distance here, and it will pull the pipe from the other side, and I will think about it. The metal that attaches the rear wing bases with a screwdriver will separate all the wire connections, and I love the braid on the side of the car every time. Something he does on the right, he repeats again on the left. We'll unscrew the fluid canister to cool the outer excess, and from underneath it he will adjust the second braid on the side. He will remove the entire rear braid from its plug. He will begin the major work that remains on the rear axle. He will unscrew the brake fluid pipes, and he will also unscrew the bolt of the rear suspension shield, and with generosity, he will remove the brake disc. Bolts for fixing. Second upper arm, because here there are two scissors that hold the wheel in a double-wish design bond sport, and I love the full suspension on the wheel, all the way to the outside of the spokes and couplings, and they certainly have a brake disc, but I will leave the helper with the coiling on his oil shields. The suspension here will be made from Ford. The aluminum will be the best sporty level you can find on street cars. Under the car, I will remove the screws of the environmental protection box, and I will think about the circular metal. Between it and the Hydra AS and Hess, I like the second one after I unpacked it from under these boxes because of its composition. Its price will be very, very expensive from McLaren itself. These two will cost $8,000. He will remove the Targe cooler's cans for turbo air cooling. We'll unscrew the iron buckle with pliers and separate the can from its four connectors, of which there are two for air and two for water. From the inside of the car, he will unscrew a metal cover revealing the under it is the engine, and from here he will unscrew the gasoline pipes. The place will be very precise, so the machine gun ruler will not come out with the gasoline lines. The metal box, which is similar to the pressure condition, is the dry oil tank, or the dry oil system in Arabic. Its name does not explain anything. It is a very advanced lubrication system for high-performance cars, especially racing cars. The system's idea is to provide oil to the moving parts of the engine at very high speeds. You will find that this target uses more than one pump to draw oil, and the second pump is used to return it to the engine quickly, and it will have a separate oil tank that is not large. The conventional oil in our cars will come out from under it. We'll remove the connections of the oil tank and drain the engine oil from behind. He will need to separate the metal rear bumper. The bar here is held together with the frame by a large group of screws. He will remove the power pump and the electric cable. He will also remove the connections to its hydraulic pipes. He will lift the frame from underneath with two cords. And I will think. Connecting to carbon fiber chassis will ensure that anything stuck in the engine and gearbox is removed. The hydraulic valve will return, and it has a high support under the car, and I love the engine from its place on the wheels. It is a very compact and compact system. The engine and transmission in the car are real. They are low in a very different place. Here the gearbox looks even bigger than the engine itself. The 4000cc engine has a turbo on it. Here it is big, a terrible view. It is very true that the presence of the engine in its place was an obstacle to removing its electrical wire from behind it, like the wide cover from inside. On the other hand, he will remove the internal fuse box, and with a dismantling hand, he will separate the plastic plug for the pigtail screw. He will need to go down and remove the gasoline tank from its place. We'll remove a cover that caused clips along its borders, and from underneath it he will remove 3 iron bases fixed in its place, and it will go down after he disconnects the 2 electrical screens that were there. 2 passengers in it will be towed to the outside by car, and the gasoline tank here is 70 liters. The gasoline will flow from inside the first step. The next step is to remove the screws on the aluminum rear body. There are many steps that he has carried out on this McLaren until now, as if he was on an assembly line in the factory, but he does all the steps individually, with a single frame here. He will be riding around him a lot of pipe lines. He will remove them all, and he will remove his wing shields. The rear auxiliary HVAC with additional hydraulic pipes. The auxiliaries are variable hydraulics, and they are the main point in the balance and stability of the car in all its conditions, is considered to be superior to the sway bar or the traditional balance link that is in the car. The helper here from above, you find it has 2 hoses, going and returning, which will be connected with an additional oil can. The main goal of this system is to reduce and dissipate the heat, so that the car's furniture performance in it will remain stable under heavy loads. The length of the track will be removed. The mounting screws from under the chassis are all remaining, but the large 20mm screws that you will be holding the frame in carbon fiber, and with the help of 4 people, the chassis will finally come out of its place. After he removed the back frame of the old machines, it looks exactly like the new chassis. He will examine it quickly using a measuring ruler. He will find the distance between 2 points on each side, and I will find that they are completely identical. He will begin to install all the pieces in their place in the new chassis. He will begin with the frame. The first back will be lifted and brought close to the place of attachments and to the muslins and attached initially and then at the end of the stage. The lock will be connected to the torque wrench, and each bolt will be connected to the special alloy bracket. Why will he install all the pipes that come from the front to the end of the car? He came to install a metal seat here, but he finds that one of the brake oil lines is different. It is strange, frankly, that they are the same car, but in a different detail. Between them, the track will move completely from its place from under the car, and the different tube will come out of them. The difference is the length. There is nothing more between them here, and it will return. The tube goes from the second to its place, passing through the middle of the car, and the metal base is installed, and it will enter properly. This time, he will move the braid of the car after it is completely free. He will remove many pieces of plastic that covered the interior from the inside, and he will start pulling the motor's braid to the inside of the car. A lot of rain of wires and sockets here, and here the motor has two branches. From the outer braid, he still has a pile of wires that must be installed correctly, all of them, but since he has a lot of experience with the car, he can determine easier than all of us the details of the braid. He will start by taking out the engine braid from the right and the left. Heath will remove the thick track in the middle of the car, and he will go and take out the front braid from the circular hole. He will install the fuse box in its frame. Then he will install the new belts in place as well. His model will be back in the text. If you pay attention, you will find that even the belts are in place. It will have carbon fiber bases, so the electrical paths will be perfectly controlled. From behind, they will distribute the vehicle, and the track will be fixed in its places with the plastic tensioners. The gasoline tank will return to its place again, will be lifted from the side in its narrow place, and the Herbeton remains the one whose price from the company, including its feeding tools, is $100,000. It will sit for about 12 hours, installing the engine and keeping the rest of the systems in place. The new chassis will lift the car off the ground and leave you under the frame. The best way is that the driver of the car is the one who lowers the engine to the ground. He will actually do that. Just wanted to raise the engine a small distance from the ground, and the Herbeton of the entire engine will be buried behind the frame. This metal will return the power pump, electricity, and connect it to its hydraulic wires. He will connect the auxiliary socket to all the connectors, and the rest on the side will be special for the suspension system. The assistants will return and install the entire system with tubes. He will bring the suspension shields with the brake disc. He will begin to install the upper scissors in place, and after that, all the connections will be close to the place where they are installed. He will connect the second shield to the screw with a screw, and it will be useful. The second side steps. This connection will be crooked and he will have to change it. Then he will install a box. The environment that stays in place will change your catalog with too high flow with the rest of the exhaust system later, but currently it wants to be very close to the step of starting the engine. The box is installed in the rest of the exhaust pipes. There are flanges that will return the Targe coolers to the side of the engine and a Hercule hose from them. These cooling boxes sit on the frame itself and are attached to a holder on the side. A layer of heat insulation will be installed on top of the cans. The environment will return to the double air fan of the car. The box here is made of carbon fiber, which is not normal. Never, of course, and it will connect the rest of the pipe in its path. The second pass will be cracked due to the accident. He will then install the original exhaust pipes in their place, but he will not put in the heat insulation now because he will modify the entire exhaust with a second one of titanium. He will also attach the rear wing to his armor. He will install the two pipes for the air conditioning system, which will be high-pressure pipes. Here is a compressor. Condition is in the last Arabic text here because its movement is tied with the movement of the engine belt. He will bring the refrigerants and install them in their place. He will connect the healthy hoses in their place. He will install the air conditioning lines in his serpentine, and he will determine if there is a leak in the air conditioning circuit or not. He will bring a pump and circulate the pipes. After half an hour, the reading says that there is no leak. The level bar will return its place, and the height of its globe in the frame and the Herbeton inside the car will put everything the connection is in place. And luckily, every fuse in the inner box from the old photography will know where each plug will be in its original place. The frame of the interior console will be installed, and the screen wire will be installed inside it. The air conditioning control unit will be installed. The look here has become much more tidy than the first. It will still be the brake poster, or known here as servo. Whoever connects to the brake pedal will put the pedal in place here, and the Herbeton will return the sound insulation mats to one side. The driver, then on the other side, will enter the dashboard and connect her dash from underneath, and Heath will install the shift buttons on both sides. Switch will then put the screen in the frame, and he will move it from above to the first car, dismantle its roof, and from underneath it, he will pull the electrical wire that forms a coil from above the roof. Here it appears that its area is small due to the design of the doors of the car, and the path of wires passes over the front legs until behind it and is easy. Reduce the insulating leather of the doors here, and the rear separator will come in leather. Interior will install the door frames, and this will happen. The speaker covers from behind will leave the metal cover in its place without fastening, and it will fit on the leather upholstery, so the entire assembly of the interior parts will be incomplete. But the seat chairs here will be a very sporty seat package, of course, and Heath will need to hold the edge of the belt grip from the side. He will also need to install the doors. He will go and get the upper hinge and will dismantle it from the side. Second car is attached to the door to some extent so that the screws fit on its opening. Installing doors with flyaway doors will be more difficult, much more than normal, because he needs to raise the door in a bird's eye shape before fixing it with screws. He will install the roof cover, which has a buzz, and the door on the other side is installed, but without any external device. Why can this part be tried to repair it and restore the paint and cracks that the car still has in the front third? He will completely separate the good wheel from the old car, and I will think about the power and take its metal base. He will lift the wheel with the helper. For its place in the carbon fiber chassis, it will be fixed with screws, and this part will be installed without any problems. The clamping of the chassis arm will be disconnected, because it will need the shield other than its broken part. The shield will be installed in its place, and it will be fixed with a group of screws. It will be attached a lot to its fasteners from the front, and it will bring hydraulic pipes from the helpers from the old car as well. The EPS unit is easy to tell about the second version, and its Hercules, the chassis and its rack from above the floor remain on the steering box, but clearly the outside party here must change. He mounts it from underneath on its seat, and it will initially be connected to the steering column. If you remember that the old frame was completely destroyed, then it comes out of a second car, and the part he ordered will be in a second car, which is destroyed and parked, but its structure is 100% sound. He also ordered the full front suspension for this left wheel, but he bought a modified exhaust from titanium. Looks very awesome. Don't mind how its sound works. As usual, it comes with a downpipe to replace the environment boxes. The frame will be cleaned before installing it. It is one large piece of aluminum here, and there are no breaks or a single crack. He will even raise the car with hydraulics, and before he lifts the frame, he will put the steering box in it. Its place is across the width, and the frame will appear until it is installed under the chassis armor. It will be fixed here with 4 screws on each side. He will then install the ABS and Herbetten device that connects each wheel. The turn is on the side suspension. We'll fasten the upper scissors in place, and Heath will attach the shield under the cursor frame with its screws. He will remove the screws of the broken rim, and the brake caliper will come out of it, and he will try to remove the brake disc from its place, and it will become rigid. Continuously, to disconnect his flame and reinstall it in the new suspension, and put the cap on top of it, he will install the external fuse box and get the same old battery. He will take it to the interior and it will actually work. If he connects electricity to it, here the car is running at only 4,200. Each one will start dripping. The brakes will remain behind on the right wheel, and the wheel farthest from the brake master will be. The general goal of the drip is to empty the air inside the brake cycle. It will do it in the traditional way, here without any suction or any vacuum. Here it remains. He will put oil in the V8 engine behind the engine with its filter. He will take 7.5 liters of oil, and he will live on gasoline. He will start the engine for the first time after 2 months of operation. The sound will be very loud because it is carrying the rest of the exhaust system, carrying the exhaust cans from behind. And the coal start in general. In the winter, its sound will be more distinctive and it will start to remain. He installs the new modified exhaust pipe. The first thing he will definitely install is the downpipe. He will remove the oxygen sensor and he will take out tubes. The new environmental cans here will be wider in diameter and also lighter in weight. The sensors will be installed in the new pipes. Herbetten will put a heat-insulated floor and will bring this is strange because it is due to the oxidation process titanium at a very high temperature. This appearance is intentional, of course, and the few manufacturers who use titanium shuffles like this, you will find movement operators in this color, as well as this modified titanium shuffler. Its price will be $7,000. The logo of the company from which he bought the exhaust system will be Exhaust Symphony System, and this statement be very misleading when the engine is running now. And it will start again. The metal top and side tires will return, and the heat insulation that covers the entire area will return. It will bring the far cover under the wing, and the Hercules will have a cooler and ventilation. In general, the barf will be closed temporarily, so almost 80% of the work on this McLaren will be finished, and I will try to start the engine again. Here. He bought 4 pieces of the front spoiler boot. Bumpers have 2 flaps, and so on. He doesn't know how to fix the broken fiberglass in the driver's door. So he loses his mind and buys a new door that he brings with his own body, buttons, hinges, and even speakers. And he can pull out the button. But here its price will be twice the price of the old door. Its price will be $2,000. And the Hercules that I heard about in the accident will need to modify the aluminum part that this car will display. Heat for a few minutes, and he will continue to beat with the hammer for a while. It will stand apart and try to adjust the gap between the door and the flap. Its appearance is, of course, still inconsistent. It will remove the flap from its place and yellow this part of the metal. It will continue to press this area constantly until it reaches the shape of a flat surface. It will completely remove the paint and primer layer from underneath it and put a filler or paste on it to fill the layer that was removed here. After it is placed on all the places where the paste applied, all the layers will yellow after these parts dry in appearance. It will come back new after you spray. He will remove the rear bumper and he will like what is in it. He will yellow the first surface and then he will put the paste and the same steps he did with the rest of the furniture. I will repeat them here also. The car is almost completely recovered after the fatal accident that happened to it. He bought all the metal stands and bases that he needed for the front of the car. It will start another stage. The first thing the painter will do is sprinkle the cleaner on all the parts, and Hillman will wipe them with a microfiber towel after that. A can of primer will be applied in just one layer from each angle. The main purpose of the primer is to protect against rust. However, it fills the gaps and also improves the appearance of the metal surface. I will scratch the parts of the car for more than a day, and I will think about the sound from the front, so that it is prepared for the final paint spray. But the first will dismantle any piece. Plastic or caro fiber is not required for painting, and also hairs will definitely give you new brakes. Now the brakes will begin to drip until there is no more air coming out, and the brake pedal will dry with it and be ready. New coolant will prevail. The McLaren 720S takes about 22 liters of cooling water, and this is of course a very large number. Here, the airbag of the tire that he had bought will be installed in its place instead of the old one that was cut off in it. 2 screws, right and left, behind the bezel here. When it comes out of its place, I will easily remove her headlights and install the new one in its place. Car will be cleaned quickly and the engine will rev and it will turn around. The appearance of this McLaren without its starter, as it is still coming out of the factory, and the sound of the engine after it warms up will be truly amazing. And good luck. A jolt in the wheel from the steering column will stop when the garage returns from under the view of the McLaren car. This is a real space, especially during the day under the sun, but the car was separated from them. While they were filming, he shook its power until the workshop. He would get an external charger and turn it around. In fact, it turned out to be a battery and dynamo problem. He would reinstall the front suction cup. He would put a gel-like glue on it, which after drying would be similar to the skin of the insulation. He would hold the suction cup in place from every direction until it stuck in place. In the end, he decided to spray it. The car was painted pearly white, even the white parts of the front that he requested to be sprayed. He also has a very large set of real skills. He does almost everything in the field of car maintenance. This stage of painting also includes details before spraying itself, which are very important and affect the final appearance. The matter takes time and days in this step, but finally the whole body will be assembled after it is finished. It's a shame for me. White is the color I like the least, but any color on this car is very distinctive, and that's simple. Because the design of the car itself is very dangerous, but this McLaren will be ready to accelerate to 300 km per hour. There are some details that I did not like for us to go into because it is a bit boring, such as, for example, soldering a broken wire or installing headphones and things like that. Also, Ben shows the repair of this McLaren on his channel. Over the course of about 12 full months, a repair trip took him about a full year, and every week he uploaded a video, an update on the condition of the car. The waltz in this model was not easy, fast, or cheap at all. He does not even mention the final cost because he almost forgot how much he brought it for. Just like that, and it is true. Thank you very much if you reached this minute of the video, and I hope you will of course subscribe with us, and peace be upon you.